Yes, please. Oh, hi everyone. This is Alashola Omio. Lovely having you guys here. I'm sure the time is we're probably coming up around 7 o'clock in UK now. Hold on, please 1 minute. Get Bami baby, please. Right. This is Alashola Omio. In this video, I will be talking about astral rape, as in astral projection, where we talk about astral travel. I mean the fourth dimension or astral dimension of the soul matrix. So that's what I'll be talking here today, guys. It's lovely having you, wonderful people here. I believe we are on Facebook, and I believe the last show we did was on YouTube. So I don't know how it will all pan out at the end, but for now, I plan to alternate the shows. I mean, my live broadcast. I'll do one weekend here on Facebook, and the upper week I'll probably do on YouTube. Lovely having you guys here. Wonderful, wonderful people. Sorry it was late. There's no point me saying sorry again. It's just wonderful having you guys here. So, I mean, the topic that we're going to be, going on about today is for people that are used to astral projection, you guys that are awakening already, I mean spiritual awakening. This wouldn't be a strange topic to you, but I will I'll try the best that I can to do this show that even a lay person someone that has no idea about astral projection can sort of grasp the topic that we're going to be talking, saying here today. I'm sure it might not be astral travel, because you guys are aware I'm originally from Nigeria, Yoruba to be precise. There's probably some other name they're calling it, like in Yoruba when you're talking about mating or having a spiritual partner or intercourse or whatever. We sort of some will call it incubus and succubus, and the Yoruba, I'm 100% sure they call it okorun or yaworun, like that is your heavenly partner or wife or husband, but so it's something similar along that area that I'm talking about here today. But this is a sort of when you talk about, for people that are aware about what I'm talking about, okay, that is when you are out there. Astral rape happens during a sleep state. Hi, darling. Lovely to have you guys here. That is when we are asleep. Now, this sleep state that I'm sure most of us would have had experience of when you have sleep paralysis. That is when you're sleeping, you're quite aware that you want to get up from the bed, but it's almost as if something is holding you down. So so we call this sleep paralysis. But what I'm talking here today is what I'm going to do is I'll define it first, and I'll come and break everything down. And I believe the reason why I'm here today is to create awareness around this sort of subject, because I found out, because of the work that I do, the majority of the people that are experiencing this astral rape or whatever you want to call it, they can't actually come out to talk about it. Because, say for an example, if this was happened to a man, you would say you are asleep. Hello, darling. Hi, Faith. Lovely to have you here, baby. Been a while. Anyway, say you are a man and this was happening. You see, most men would find it, they'll be because that's their ego. So you're gonna come out and say, oh, in your sleep, there was another man or a woman that was raping you. How would that come out? So most of the time, that's why I thought I would come out here today and I'll do this topic here, because most people that are having this experience, it's almost, they find it embarrassing to even say, oh, this was happening to them. For me, because they could come to me and email me, and then probably call me I'm not their family, I'm not their girlfriend or husband. So they're more than free to talk to me about it. So for me, I mean, so me, them telling me this is not the kind of I don't know. That's what I do, and I don't know them one-on-one as in family or something. So that's why I thought, look, I'll come out here and I'll do this topic. Majority of the female that are experiencing this, you can imagine, say you are in a relationship, you're with your husband or maybe your boyfriend or whatever, but you know, during your sleep state, you find this sort of thing happening to you. Most women will not be comfortable to now sit down their husband or their boyfriend and actually say to him that, you know what, sweetheart, do you know what happened to me in my dream last night? There was this dude that was, you know, actually, you know, we were having sex. He sort of raped me or something. You know, most women, I wouldn't be comfortable to tell my, if it was happening to me, I wouldn't be comfortable to tell my partner, no matter how close we are, no, because, you know, stuff like that, it sort of affects some relationship. We've heard of, you know, back home, armed robber, they will go into a couple's home, they would, after taking their property, they will rape the woman. I mean, it wasn't her fault, but after that sort of horrible experience, we now find out that the husband was there when that happened, and after, you know, the incident, maybe the robbers they've left, a few months down the line, the man would reject this woman. He doesn't love her anymore. He don't want to be with her anymore. You know, it's almost as if blaming her for being raped by the robbers that came into the house. He was there being a man. He wasn't able to protect her. That wasn't his fault also. I'm not blaming him. They probably had guns or so, whatever. But, you know, so because of stuff, I mean, similar incidents, stuff happening like this, most women might not be comfortable to actually, you know, sit down their husband or their boyfriend and say, you know what, baby, you know, this blah, blah, blah is happening. And, you know, what can we do? Because the man will be thinking, oh, hold on a minute. Do you mean another man is sleeping with you while you're beside me, you know, at night, you know? So a lot of stuff could happen. It could actually break up the relationship. So I thought, look, I'll come out here today. There are ways when this is happening. And if you're one of, I mean, like I said, because of this is what I do, I've had a lot of phone calls, emails, you know, a lot of people that's, you know, having this experience. And most people don't want to talk about it. But I thought, look, I'll come out here. You know, that if it's happening, it's not, I mean, you're not the only one. There are steps. There are things we could do, you know, a living consciousness. I mean, what the universe has provided for us, you know, to protect ourselves while we're out there. Especially for people that are already on their way, sort of deep into their spiritual awakening. They want to experiment from this and that, you know, i.e. traveling from, you know, to different dimensions out there. You know, while you are doing that, travel safe. You know, just like over here, we have good people, we have not too good people. And so therefore, when you are out there, we have the positive energy sort of spirits out there. We have not so good one also. So therefore, if you're out there or you're sort of starting on your journey, you know, be careful and make sure you know, protect yourself, because a lot can happen out there. So this is one of, you know, stuff that are happening in the astral plane that I thought I would come out here and I'll talk about it. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to break it down and then we'll, you know, give you examples, side effect, what we can do to protect ourselves, you know, and then I will round this up. So when we talk about astral rape, it happens during sleep states. It's not something that's going to happen to you when you are awake or you are, no. I mean, I've never had anyone, you know, unless if that's happened to someone out there, you know, please let me know about it. But usually it will happen in your sleep state when we are asleep. Astral sex is similar to regular physical intercourse. You see, people that, I mean, let me just go down. I'll give you the definition first, and I don't want to be, you know, counting 10 before I count 5. This kind of astral encounters can be a dark manipulation and deception, because what then happens is this entity out there, we call them NAA, that's negative alien agenda. They are entities. They will sort of trick the person to think that maybe, say some people that are, you know, infatuated with what's this rock star out there that's like a, you know, your favorite star or a public figure, someone that maybe you guys, people that, you know, for you guys, I love Beyonce, you know, she's beautiful, she's sexy. What other female out there, you know, white and black? And then what they will do is they'll sort of, you, when you're actually having the intercourse, they'll probably take the face of this, you know, this individual that you adore, and you know, before you know that you are, it's not actually this person, you would have ejaculated, and that's what they wanted. They are there to drain your energy, you know, your life force. So once you've released already, even though if you find out it's got nothing to do with them, they've already got what they wanted. You see. So when you talk about that is what they actually, you know, that's what they are focusing on. So they'll come in you know, in several ways. They'll take on, you know, a figure, you know, sort of deceive you to think you is your soulmate, or a celebrity that you, like a pop star that you love, or public figure that you like, you know. But I mean, you wouldn't. Well, I mean, say people that love Beyonce, you can imagine actually having intercourse with her for real. You see, so this is they sometimes come up like this. This is to trick the person into sexual feelings, or to perceive the entity as another identity during sleep states, and you know, and they are not. They are just, you know, they are not. There are entities out there, but they are not the person that you think they are, because they would have taken the face or whatever. Maybe it's your some people, they may even take, say you had a girlfriend or boyfriend, you guys broke apart and you didn't want it to finish, but somehow stuff happened. You know, they may, you know, they will take a face of someone that they know that you love, that you in real life you would you know, love to have intercourse with them. Or well, if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. But if it did happen, they'll be kind of people that you would wish to have that experience with. So they'll come out in that, from that angle. You see. So they sort of, some victim may endure sleep states, this astral rape, at intervals over a period of weeks, months, or years. Now, some people, this is probably happening to them from when they are teenagers. You see, and then because of even the normal rape in real life, I mean, because it's such it's bad experience, is the victims, there's not something that they want to talk about. So let's talk of something that's happening in your dream, and then how you're going to be comfortable to tell anyone, even your loved ones, to open up to tell them stuff like that. It can be a bit complicated, because you're thinking, how are they going to, you know, looking at me after this? They probably think you are losing it, or even if they are not losing it, okay, you know, if your partner, your husband, they're looking at you, hold on a minute, apart from us having intercourse, so you actually, you know, so because of this, they wouldn't, most victims, they will have been experiencing this for a long time. Many people that called me, they, you know, it's happened to men, women. I mean, believe me, before I decided to come out today to do this topic, it's something that's been, you know, I mean, the past few months, I've had a lot of people calling me, emailing me about it. You know, so I thought I would come here. So some people, it's been happening to them from, you know, from teenage until their adulthood. You see. So victims are sometimes programmed into then in real life, because of what was happening to them, they are, you know, I mean, I will kick in a bit of Yoruba here and there, because back home in Africa, when this is happening, you can imagine, majority of the time, they will call it Okorun. I'll speak Yoruba here. One manipe Okorun ni, emireni, that is, you have your heavenly pair over there, and so therefore, it's your husband or your wife, you know. So even if it wasn't what they thought it was, but the mere fact that I mean, say you trusted somebody and said, oh, you're having intercourse, they wouldn't think it was rape. They will be saying that, oh, it was you. Most of the time, blaming you. Not like, you know, in a harsh way, but oh, it's your husband from other side before you came here, blah, blah. And if that may not be the case, from what I'm talking here, astral rape that I'm talking here is not from your spiritual husband. It's not from your spiritual mate. Please don't mix it up. Someone that loves you will not do this to you. No matter the entity they are. If they love you, no one that will love you will rape you. No one that will love you will want to, drain your life force and leave you weak. And because I'm going to come over there, because all of the side effects that this has on our physical world, to whoever this happening to, it's not nice. So it's not your heavenly husband. If it's someone that you think that nobody that loves you will do this to you. So these are entities. They are out there. They know you are human. They're going to deceive you to think that they are maybe your ex-husband or or a pop star that you are a celebrity, and then you are, so that you can have that feeling of sexual feeling, because it takes two, isn't it? Because if you don't ejaculate, they wouldn't have what they want to drain from you. So they need to walk you up into that state of having sexual feeling, of being aroused. So, and that is the reason why they will come up with that figure or the facial look of a celebrity or someone that you like, because they want you to participate in that experience, even though it's deception. It's sort of manipulating you. How are you, darling? So it's not something that you want to do, but so if you're just lying there, they are doing whatever they are doing, obviously you're not going to ejaculate because you are not aroused. There's nothing to move you to actually know. So they will come in that figure of that person that they know for sure that if you know that you're having sex with them, definitely your feeling will be high. So, and that, hi, darling. Hi, Sarah. Lovely to have you here. I hope you're staying home. Please, let's stay safe, guys. It won't be long now. These COVID-19. I'm sorry for people that have lost loved ones. Even over here in UK, a lot is happening. But let's continue to abide by the precautions. That is, social distancing, and you washing our hands, staying homes. In UK, this week past, we are still at the peak, you see. But we wouldn't let that stop us. Sorry to cut, in there. We wouldn't let that, change who we are. If anything, it should make us more stronger, more determined, how to beat this. And together we will do it. There are a lot of herbs out there that I rolled some out, a few weeks ago. You can go on my website also. There are some you could, probably in your cupboard already. So it's about how, let the precautions there. Once we, follow those rules, and then, keep clean, stay at home when there's no reason for us to be outside, then we'll be fine. It's not going to be forever, you see. But for the time being that's here, I know the universe will continue to protect us. But we need to do our own, thank you, darling. We need to do our own side also. There's an adage that's saying, heaven save those who save themselves, you see. So I don't want to, I thought I wanted to say that at the beginning, actually, but I just got caught up in the topic. Anyway, as I was saying, so they needed the victim to get involved in whatever they were doing, the sexual encounter, so that you can ejaculate, so they can, drain that life force. But that's all they are feeding on, because we're human. Don't forget they are not, So there's this, what did I come to that? They call it lush or something. It's an energy produced by human being, an animal, that other entities use to feed from. So when they're coming to you, that's what they're coming to drain from us. You see, so obviously you're not going to let that happen. But I'm just trying to, you guys, after this video, if this resonates with anyone, you can do more research. Hi, darling. Sweetheart, lovely to see you here. You can do more research, read books, educate ourselves. It's nothing. Learning is it should be an ongoing thing. There's no age to when you should stop learning. Oh, I know everything. No. It should be, if you think you know everything, some stuff will crop up. You'll be wondering, oh my God, what was that? You see. So if this resonates with is something that you want to read up, the internet is good these days. You just tap it, Astral Rape. What's that? Then you can sort of. Have more in-depth, because I probably won't be able to cover too much of it. You see, so, but that's what it is. What then normally happen is, in real life, the people that this is happening to, they will become promiscuous, over sexualized behaviors, feeling of powerlessness, fear and despair, Sexual arousal are used to confuse and terrorize the victim as they are being assaulted by astral rape. You see, so in real life, you don't forget this to put. I mean, they will have programmed it. Say, for an example, if this was happening to somebody over a period of every night, over a period of maybe 2-3 years, because I mean, don't forget this entity. The kind of orgasm you're going to feel is going to be out of this world. So that person's body is used to having sex, even though with not this entity. And if it doesn't happen, the body will still yearn for it. So most of the time, the victims will now become promiscuous. So it's not that they don't want that feeling, that orgasm they were experiencing in their dream. In real life, they want to go out and experiment. And they want this to happen as well. So before you know it, they're not going to be waiting for it to happen at night, during the afternoon or during the day, because why? They feel, oh my God, their feeling is too much, but they don't know what's happening. You know, this guy, not this guy or this woman, this entity, they'll have this, intercourse, and the orgasm is always out of this world. When they woke up, they will want to, they want the repeat of that feeling. So most of the time, this victim, they will end up being promiscuous in real life, because they want someone like someone on drug. They want that heat. They know, okay, that's the feeling, of, and when they wake up, when they are here, why not? Let me go and look for this and that, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I may be able to recreate what happened last night. Before you know it, it becomes a way of life. Anyway, so the side effect here part of the reason why I said I'll come out here and do this is because some of the time, the side effects, victims that this are happening to, in real life, they might not be able to hold down relationship. Because you can imagine, it's confusing. Someone here in real life telling you they love you, and then at night, before you know it, even if they in real life they sort of have people that love them, they probably wouldn't want to settle down. So in that way, it will affect their relationship. They're very confused human being. They don't know, is that person, is it the feeling over there or this one here? Imagine at night somebody will make love to you, and then the guy here or the woman here you are sleeping with, and this is going to be in the afternoon, but at night you're going to be having the same experience with someone else or some entity in your dream. So it can be, but before you know it, to hold down the relationship will become a problem. To have to get married is only, when you have. For you to have kids, you will need a man or a woman, isn't it? So for people that this are happening to, inability to form normal loving relationship or marriages is always issue. They cannot report to police or justice system. You can imagine if in normal life, when say someone is being raped here or something happened, you can go to the police station. You can tell your loved one. They will go and if they'll do their what do they call? Investigation. Hopefully they'll find the guy that raped you, the rapist. They will bring them to justice. At least that's not will not shut down what happened. But there are other the mere fact that you have people that listen to you, they sort of they can imagine that you had a nasty experience. There are a lot of support agency around to help you, sort of counseling. If some people might even need antidepressant. Rape is such a bad thing, but that is in real world. The police justice system, they will do their own as well. They will make sure that you have justice, and the person brought to book. So in that way, you might at the end you might sort of have closure. Yeah, if there's anything as closure, but here is people recognize what you have been through. And the support system there to actually be there for you. But in case of this astral rape, how are you going to tell? So most of the time people are feeling powerless, despair, no justice. To start with, it may even lead up some people to to drugs. Because they want to forget the experience. They don't want to remember this is happening. Before you know it, normal people, someone that's out there, up there, you think them change right in front of you to become something else that they're not. And they might not even still able to tell no one. Because most of the people that that email me, there was one was it January or something. After reading the email, I was in tears. You see, I was in tears. It was terrible. You see how this has affected his life. You see, and it's sad. So I thought I would come out here. There's a lot of side effect of it. So spiritual rape is being raped or molested by an unseen force. So how can we protect ourselves if in this sort of experience when this is happening to you? There are several ways that I mean, for you guys that in Africa. Hi Nelson. Lovely to have you here, my brother. Lovely to have you. Lovely people. Sorry, I was late. Yesterday, I just don't feel... I wanted to spend time with my kids yesterday. Hello, Haruna. Lovely to see my wonderful, wonderful fathers and mothers here, my sisters. Lovely to have you here. Yesterday, I just look, I'm going to just chill with my children and my Orisha. I was feeling it was a lazy day for me yesterday. Sorry, that's why I couldn't come out. But today, I said, look, I'll come out today. So today, what we're talking about is an experience that could happen to anyone. I hope I'm not showing all of my my giant boobies. Oh, pardon me, guys. I could be a bit naughty sometimes. F1, don't mind mommy. Anyway, as I was saying, you know, if this is happening, it's about how, you know, how sitting out like this, which is awareness, to educate ourselves about the current, you know, drama happening on our planet with the this NAA, that's what they call them. And abuses happening on the astral plane. That's the fourth dimension. For people that are with spiritual awakening, you know, my guys, you know, so you know what that is. But even if that's not the name you're calling it, I'm sure in a lot of tribes, I mean, back home in Africa, they don't call it Astra. They call it in Yoruba. You know, I'm sure there's other name they call it, but we're still talking about the same topic, you know, the same experience, the same entity. It's about us being aware. You create awareness. You protect yourself while you are there, especially if you are into spirituality, because this entity, before you can, they know you have gift, and it's that gift you have. They want to come and drain you, because most people, by the time they awake, when this is happening, you know, their energy are taken from them. They're feeling lethargic, both physically and spiritually. They feed off that's what you need yourself to be able to, I mean, whatever it is you want to be in life, you know, say you have some spiritual force energy. When you are doing spells or rituals and your focus, you know, this energy that you have inside, when you are actually, if it's, you know, let's say like a spell, is that energy that you are going to, we call it ashe in Yoruba. Is the ashe that you have, that is the command to make things come to life. Now, that is inside all of us. Now, that is if the more we build on it, the more stronger your ashe will be and more effective. You see, so when you have an entity coming at night, coming to drain that person, you can imagine someone like that, they wanted to do a spell or whatever, it probably wouldn't leave the room they are in, because all their life force is drained out already. You see. So even if they are saying something, just air, and nothing more. You see. So that's what they are coming to drain from you, to make themselves more powerful, more, you know, stronger being. It's all human, the animal that has this power there. So that's what they're coming to drain. So when you are into spirituality, they can see you also. One more. This is a powerful being. This is someone that's on their way to being powerful. They are working, they are doing all the work that needed to be done. They are putting all the work into it. You see. So it's not, it won't be like, oh, you've been saving and someone just come to take all your savings. You see. So if you are into spirituality, I believe this would help you probably understand what I'm talking about here today, guys. So that when you are there, whatever, you know, protect yourself. There are stones you can have. There are herbs, you know, different ones that you can have to protect yourself while we're out there. And also our own, that is a command, personal space. You're going to bed at night. There's some stuff, you know, you can sage your room, you know, so that all this entity, they just want, you know, they know the one that are powerful. They know the one they are coming from, but don't become a target.
So but if you barricade yourself, you protect yourself, they know they will not come near you. And when you are going out there, maybe people that are doing astral projection, astral traveling, make sure you have necessary protection. Even just this cowrie. If you have these cowries that I've got on my, that I'm always wearing, this is Olokun's cowrie. If that's all you have on you, this cowrie here, even with just 1 or 2, you can make it into F1, like you're asking me that day, like that candle of lalu. Once it's finished, burning, you take the cowrie, you make sure you rinse it with salty water first, because you don't know what hands that has touched it. Then once you've done that, you rinse it. You don't put it out. Just dab it with some tissue, and then after that, you breathe into it 3 times. You charge it. You mention your own name, what you want it to do for you. It becomes like an amulet. You can now put it in a pouch, like a small pouch, and tighten the mouth so that it doesn't fall off. And they always have it on you. This stuff like that is good for when you are going to bed. You can put it under your pillow. You can, so that when you are out there, all this is good for evil eye, all this psychic attack. You don't need to go and get if in time you can invest on stones. Like I have, they're very, very high vibration stones, but they can be expensive, but they're very, very good. But if you cannot even afford that, if you can't, then get those ones, because you'll be able to travel more. I can't imagine how many places that I've been. Bedtime for me is always an adventure, because I don't know where else I'm going. You see, but trust me, I am more than equipped to be out there. You see, so if anything, if you don't have anything on you to sort of or around in the house, get your cowrie. There's some herbs. You can mix them. I can put them on a lashola later on. They're sort of like protective herbs. You put them like in a plate, flat plate like this. Put it under your bed. You see, all of this, you believe they are nothing. They are very, very powerful for when you're out there. Obviously, for people that are not out there, it's still it's nothing bad in you, because if you have whatever these entities are looking for in form of energy, that is spiritual power, I can guarantee you they will come at you at some point. Either you are male or female. Why? They want to come and drain that life force, that energy you have. They want to come and drain it from you and add it to what they have got. You see. So this is there's nothing bad. The stones, the stone, you can have like a amethyst. Amethyst is very, very good for astral projection, or go over there. Very, very protective stone. Beautiful, beautiful amethyst. Moldavite is good also. Yeah, we have the one that are really black obsidian, beautiful. All of these stones, I'll put them on a lashola once I finish this show. So for you guys that have got stones like that at home, or maybe you can just, maybe you've not charged it, or maybe you've not say like set intention for it. You can go to your stone, just sage it first, and then just tell you what you want it to do. They are living consciousness. They know what we're saying. They're very, very without them, we're all here to help each other. You see, for us, for the time that we're going to be here. So there's a lot of stones that are that are good for. Amethyst is everywhere. It's not difficult to find. But make sure you're not getting plastic though. You see, we have black tourmaline, very, very good. You see, so many, I don't know, they've all flew my head now. You see, and my own advice is, whatever it is that we're doing, even if for you guys to be here on this platform, is definitely, there's something about spirituality. I'm sure you guys are probably on your journey already, or maybe you're curious about it, or maybe you are even a master, So definitely you understand what I'm saying. And all I'm saying here is for us to protect ourselves. It's for protection. You see, you can imagine what's happening in the world now. You see, apart from COVID-19, that's just, the big one. There's a lot of other stuff happening that people are not talking about. But the reason why I always come here on Alashala, and I'll talk a lot about spirituality, because that's what I do. And I also believe that our spiritual life is very, very important. You see, whatever that's happening here in the physical, it's already been decided in the spiritual. So here is just about manifestation. So if you want to be part of the action, then you want to get in there also. Whatever it is we're going through in our lives, stuff are not too great, for us to have a say in what's happening. I'm kind of person that I don't like just being told what to do. I rather want to find out, and I know what you know, if this is what I want to do or not. You see, so so I want to get in that part of the world. That's why that's my word also. Whatever that's happening to my life, I feel privileged to be able to have a say in what's happening in my life and my children, my loved ones, to be able to influence them in a positive way, to support my children, my loved one, you know, maybe I'm doing spell, you know, I can say this, I can say I share, and that will happen. You see, so I feel privileged to be part of that. You see, so that's why I will always come at that. Look, so most people, they say, yeah, with what will happen, will happen. That is like you're playing gamble with your life. If that's the attitude you have about your life, so be it. But my belief, my life is much more. It's not about what happened. I want what's going to happen in my life. I want it to be what I want to happen. It's not what just happened. I'm not an accident. I want what I want to happen in my life. You see, I want to, you know, affect that as much as I can to get there and tell the universe, Baba or Mama, you know, all the forces, all the power that be, that look, my name is Alashola. I would like this. Next year, I would like a Rolls Royce. Can I get one, please? You know, I don't mind to do the hard work, you know. So I'm kind of person like that. I would want to have a say. And how do we do that? It's when we are spiritual. That is, we are able to, you know, even just ordinary simple candle spell. You can get a candle, clean it with salty water, you know, burn it with sage. Focus on your intention. As that candle burns, you do that 1, 2, 3 days in a row, you get results. A lot of stuff that's been hidden, stuff, you know, a lot of people, you have gifts, but because we're not, you know, you don't invest in it, you don't, you know, and then it's just there lying dormant. Many people, they go after this babalawo, all of them to do this, the same thing you can do for yourself. But because they can't be bothered to invest in themselves, they think it's too much work. So then there's no way anyone is going to, I don't care if you go to pastor to Jesus come home. There's no way no one will pray for you and then it will be exactly what you want. It's you. And that's why I love my spirituality. A lot of the time, everything is within us. It's the inner work. If you go on Alashola website, all the stuff that are there is to support you to be independent. It's not going to do it for you. There will be direction, instruction. When you get this, you do this. It's so that you'll be able to do it yourself, DIY. You see? So if there's a spell, Obanama, how are you, darling? Kingsley, lovely to see you. My Olokun is here. Olokun. Lovely, my tribes are here. Oh, for the third eye. I'll open eye, yeah. For third eye, okay. Monica, please, can you just inbox me after this show? And then the stones that you know, I will sort of give you for your third eye and everything. I've got a lot in my head right now. And I don't want to tell you, you know, give you wrong info. I got like, I don't know how many stones in my head. Lovely to have you here. So as I was saying, you know, it's about us. You know, let's take time. Actually, look at what's happening in the world now. Even the government, they don't know what they're going to spend about to treat COVID-19. You know, they are confused. You see, they don't know any better than us. You see. So that's even from there we can see that the universe is calling us. You know, good evening, ma. I love you to have you. The universe is calling us, the nature is telling us to be self-sufficient, to be, you know, start to do DIY. No one should be able, if I'm your mom or you're my dad, no one should, if I needed something from you, I don't need to go and tell my uncle to come and tell my dad. I should be able to tell my dad in the house that, Pa, can I have this, Pa? You know, or Ma, can I have this, Mama? You see, I don't have to go to my auntie. Can you let me go and tell my mom? I think that's what the universe is telling us. The nature is telling us. You know, so to that, look, all of us, okay, go and get this up. All this government or the doctor, they don't have answer for it. you know, together like this, we educate ourselves, you know, we create awareness on how we can best, all the resources, they're all around us. All the plants are there, the stones, the herbs, they're there. You know, for the universe has provided all of it for us. Most of the stuff that's happening to us, just around us, there are herbs. You could plug yourself and boil and drink, or use like a bathing herb that will change everything. There'll be answer to what we are looking for. But because we don't have this knowledge, we're going to, you know, and the universe is just there. So I think that's why you see me, I come on Alashala, and I do a lot of spiritual topics like this. Just so that, you know, we can best, nobody knows everything. You know, we're about sharing ideas, we're growing together. You see, that's where I love to see it. You see, the herbs are, they're wonderful. Can you imagine when I first started, you know, a long time, the beauty about this thing is, you can, okay, I will use this herb, I will get like 10 different herbs. I know this one, I will boil this, and I will use it for 3 days, and, you know, morning, you know, my road will open. And actually happens. And you know, so it's like I feel blessed. The universe has trusted me with a lot of its power. It's giving me names of some I will see in my dreams. And I quickly, you know, in the early days, I wake up and write them up, you know, that I'll mix this with this, get that stone, and put this plant, you know, put them like in a bowl, leave them there for 5-9 days or so. And then after that is ready, you can use this for that, blah, blah, blah. You see? And sometimes I just sit down and it's just so amazing. But it's also sad at the same time, because when you see your people, that the very thing that they all need is around, is there. Look at Africa, for example. Look at Nigeria. You see. Lovely to see you here, darling. You see. And the majority of the things that we need, no. I'm not against people being any religion. You can be whatever it is you want to be. You see. I'm not against that. But what I think is not right is telling people not to use those. Instead of that, you give you this book and they think all your answers are in that book. Come on. Slavery has been how many years? It's over 400-500 years. Are we not awake yet? You see, there's this adage in Yoruba. They said that someone can only just fool you to sleep with you one time. If they fool you the second time and slept with you willingly, then you wanted to be part of it. Okay, let's say they came to Africa, they blah 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 blah. This is what's happened since then, and they're not there anymore. You see, and then you see your own people that but I don't touch that. That's evil. That's demonic. What is demonic? Using herbs, and you are suffering like nobody's business. They are living in poverty, in big suffering. And something in their head is still not telling them, come on. But I'm so happy that a lot of people are coming around, especially the young ones. You see, thank you, darling, about, all this entity. Look at what's happening. If you ignore the nature, yeah, you look at what is happening in the world now. At the end, that's what they are going back to. At the end, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to take over the world, either we like it or not. Because all the answers are not in those places. People, they will suffer and suffer until they don't want to suffer anymore before they will go and look for the truth. You can't force the truth on anyone. There's no way you want to pass a message someone do not want to comprehend. You see, you're just wasting your time. That's why I don't come here, I don't preach. We talk about it and I'm gone. I go on my way, So I've got my website there. A lot of people that are, into. It's always a joy when I see with my brother and sisters and, and some to come there. And I learn a lot from them also. A lot of things I don't know. But because they'll come and chat, there was a guy from Haiti from the other day, and there was, everything about they were talking about it. Beautiful. I love that. You see, people that are able to think outside the box. It's not just what people are telling you. You to come and sit down and think and do research. Read books. It's not about, this is what they told me. If I open this book, I will read this. Who told you that? Okay, why don't you go and do your own research? You know, I mean, majority of the people are so lazy. They rather just believe what somebody told them. You know, do your own research. You know, we're talking about our lives here. We're talking in the next 100 or more, we won't be here. But we have our children here. We have our great-great-grandchildren here. You see, it's now we start to do the work to give them good foundation, direction. That, you know what, you know, babies, do this, life will be this, you know, sort of, no one had a certain half to life, but we sort of give them direction. You know, so that life won't be as hard as this. You see, that's all that I come out here and say most of the time. It's lovely having you guys here. You know, so you can read up on that. You know, and a lot of stones you can have to protect ourselves when you're out there, astral traveling or projection, whatever you call it, or when you're going to sleep, especially when you start to be deep into spirituality, which means you know spiritually you're stronger, and those are the entity. What these entities are looking for to drain your life force. So we want to protect that. There's no point doing all the hard work and someone's just going to come during the night and just take it off you. Then it was a waste of time. So protect ourselves. I think the theme for this video is protection, you know, from all these entities out there. It's not only here, you know, over there, you know. So guys, I believe I'm going to leave it here today. It's been wonderful having, being here. Every time that I come out here on Alashola, for me, it's like coming here with, rub minds, sort of play, come out to play and then share ideas, and check on ourselves and, how life is treating us and whichever way we can help each other, So for all your herbal needs or spiritual item, you can, visit my website. I'm still adding new products every day, but there's I think I've got like almost 150 products there now, Whatever it is, we have even children's stuff are there, road opener, the obstacles in your ways. You go there. There's a lot of what I try to do is under each product, and I sort of give the explanation on what it does, blah blah blah, what this is for. That way, I think I'm just trying to so that at least you know what it is that if it resonates what you're there to do, then it's wonderful. So it's lovely having you guys here. I will see you next week. So my website will be at the bottom of this video. It's www.alasholaherbspiritual.com. Wonderful having you guys here. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'll see you next weekend. Stay safe. Bye-bye.